generally cortisol is higher in the morning. So it's like, what happens if you change and do your kind of like hard workout that you're going to do in the morning, and then do something more gentler, be it yoga or Pilates or meditation, just a gentle stroll in nature, being in a green environment, that's all really helpful as well.
Again, I mean, I suppose a lot of people will perhaps do their, be in an office job, and then probably cycle after work. So, I know for myself, I have a horse, and I do that after working hours. I go and I ride. And so my lessons, so all my hard, impact exercise is always done at the back end of the day. So, any time sort of from 4 onwards, it will be that kind of time where you're just, and you will work hard because you're training for the horse to compete as well. So both of you are trying to get to a level of fitness. Particularly, I know I'm really bad, and I think we've talked before, Zoisa, is that I won't really eat much in the day. I'll maybe have a slice of toast, go and do all my hard exercise at the end, come home ravenous and just want to shovel anything in. But mostly it will be craving sort of meat stuff, but it's that kind of just shove something in the face. And you're not sort of getting that time to sit and enjoy, because you're just like, I am so hungry. And as you say, it feels like, whether it's blood sugar or not, you feel suddenly fuzzy headed. You can't have a conversation anymore, because you've pushed your body to the point where it's going, I just need to get sat and eat and stop.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the way your day is. That's the way.
That's very common in terms of, if you're in, most people are either kind of 9 to 5 or working during the day. If you're fortunate enough to have a work where there's a gym nearby, or you can kind of take that half an hour out, that's a bonus. But it is very common for a lot of people to, do their main intensive activity in the evenings. One of the things that I would say is, and again, it's finding the not the imbalance, but different things will work for different people. So it's like, if that's going to be if Thursday is your intensive training day, then it's like, okay, you need to prepare for that. It's like, would you, take your horse and not really give it any food up, and then go, right, we're going to go hard now?
No, you wouldn't.
Out there, it's like, you look after your horse and go, I've checked for injuries, he's totally fine, he's had his groom, I've made sure he's fed, but not too near of when we want to do the work,
not too much, yeah,
clear, so that focus. But then we kind of like don't necessarily go, well, what about me?
Yeah.
And it's also finding in terms of, again, that storage. So part of that storage, particularly around that the tummy area, I'm just going to lower my camera down a minute. What I found fascinating is that I always think of kind of around my belly button as my stomach area. And actually your stomach, so if you go to your left hand side, just at that bottom kind of border of your ribs, that's where your stomach actually sits.
Okay.
So if you're sedentary or TV eating, or that's your posture, then it's like, well, I'm already compressing my stomach. It's like not got a room to do what it needs to do there to help with that digestion. So definitely kind of posture, giving yourself through the day. So if that's your training, then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to make sure that I prepare. Athletes have a regime and they prepare. You won't, if you're training your horse, you progress up to it. So again, what are the things that you can do to prepare your body? What are the snacks? So whether it's, you make yourself like a smoothie. So for me, I can eat a good breakfast when I'm not working, which is like, to my brain, that's not logical, because actually you need the energy when you're going to go and do your Pilates and teach in the mornings. But if I try and eat kind of like more of a substance meal, my body's like, So I'm like, okay, I'll have my protein shake. I have protein powder that I put in with it. I love my bananas. I'm a sweet tooth, so I love my fruit. And then it's like, I'm like, where are your carbohydrates? So it's like, okay, make sure I get in those banana and peas. It might sound like a weird combination, but I often do that in a smoothie. And then I have, you know, you can put a little bit of nut butter or something like that on, even if you're going one of the, like an oat cake, and it's like, there's my oat cake, like I have like a bit of lettuce or cucumber. It's like, find your carbohydrate where you're like, yeah, I like that, and my little bit of protein, there we go, job done. Rather than, it's like when you let the body go kind of hungry, it's like, we don't know when the next meal is coming, and then you want to start work really hard and burn really hard, and then you don't. It's like then you get to use up the glucose and sugar from the muscular bit rather than from the fat storage bit. So it's like when you can get the blood sugar levels in balance, and let's face it, we all have like at least 21 if you eat at least 3 times a day, or worst case scenario twice a day, that's like 14 times in a week that you have the opportunity to balance your blood sugar levels. If you know that, as I say, it's like you can't do little and often, then it's like make up that smoothie, you know, you can take it with you, or so those are things. It's like it's finding what are the little snacky things, so that actually when it comes, I've got the energy, the focus to be able to help with my horse, to be able to give as much as I want to give for that activity. And then it's really important, yes, I need to refuel, and I also need to recover, so give my body the fuel and the nourishment that it needs. But I also need to make sure that I get my whole nervous system to unwind and calm down.